The horror genre owes its success to queer people, period. Horror as a genre doesn't come from nowhere. It rears its beautiful, ugly head when society is afraid. Historically, this is typically a fear of change, a fear of difference, and a fear of losing control. And every time that fear spikes, horror reflects it. Especially when that fear is about queer people. Put on your reading glasses and get ready for a history lesson with this installment of DeVo's Terror-Bytes. Your weekly bite-sized dose of horror content here on Gayming TV. Bear with me for this one. There's a lot of horror history to cover, but if you want more queer horror history content, let me know in the comments and share this video with another horror history homo. Let's go back to America in the 1950s. America is gripped with paranoia from the Cold War, and alongside the Red Scare, we have the Lavender Scare, where queer people were being positioned as directly tied to dangerous, immoral behavior, and frankly, un-American behavior. After this wave of paranoid reality turned science fiction body-snatching horror, we have Alfred Hitchcock's classic Psycho. Norman Bates' cross-dressing queer killers hiding in the closet, waiting to strike as soon as Mother would allow, is the epitome of this American panic. Then comes the 1980s and the AIDS crisis, and suddenly horror becomes obsessed with bodies, breaking down, transforming, leaking, mutating, and mirroring cultural fears of queer bodies. Films like The Fly, Hellraiser, and A Nightmare on Elm Street turn pain, pleasure, and transformation into spectacle. My personal favorite example of this direct response to the AIDS crisis can be seen in John Carpenter's The Thing. Released in 1982, the film is about an alien creature hiding amongst a group of men, killing them one by one in isolation. Plus, there's a scene with the crew gathered in a petri dish of contaminated blood, all desperate to prove that they are innocent, which is pretty on the nose. In the 90s and 2000s, conversations around gender and sexuality grew louder, so horror's identity once again turned anxious. Thrillers obsessed over deception and trans-panic narratives filled the screen. Often cruel, often wrong, but important to note. I can make an entire additional segment about post-9/11 horror in both America and France, but I'm running out of time, so I digress. I promise this video has a happy ending though. Despite the horrors of reality right now for queer people across the globe, horror continues to hold up a mirror to society. Except this time, horror is being held by openly queer people who are not afraid of reflecting these fears, but are asking, who benefits from it? Queer creators and broad representations and reclamations of queerness in the genre are more and more prevalent. The Chucky series put queer kids front and center. Fear Street said the final girl could be gay and survive. And I saw the TV Glow put a trans identity narrative onto A24's incredible slate of iconic horror films. Horror has always reflected cultural panic, but it also reveals who survives it. Queer people have always been here. Whether we've been coded, censored, blamed, feared, or made to be the villain, we're still standing, and bitch, we aren't going anywhere. So, if you're like me and the world feels extra scary for queer people right now, remember, horror doesn't just mirror our fear, it documents our experience. So go out there and show them who the monsters really are. For more Gayming TV content, visit gaymingmag.com/TV. And remember, we are the weirdos, mister.